Hello. I'll finish up breakfast. This is stressing having a timer. 1 second. Be right there. All right, folks. Thank you for your patience. Good morning, everyone. All right, let's get the camera back out. Oh, how do I do that? Oh man, I keep putting it too far, too low, and in OBS. Where the fudge is it? Camera, come back. I could just click deactivate. Maybe it's easier than just to put it down. How do we do this? How do we bring the camera? I think I'm going to delete it and bring it back. Remove. Yes. Add element. Add this. And I want to make a media source. Wait, no, I don't think so. I think it's like a video capture device. Webcam. And then we bring up the new one. Logitech. There we go. Here I am. Oof. Scary. This is not too bad of a setup either, no? I kind of like it. Cool, folks. So you just witnessed the new pre-stream. Hope you like it. Hope you like it. Hope you like it. It took me a bit of time mastering everything, but yeah. Hopefully, over the next Sundays, I'll be able to make it a little bit better every time until we have a really nice setup. Probably by the new year, we'll have a lot more of a better setup. So that's cool. Hi, beautiful people. So today we're gonna do some bandits. We've gone pretty far. Last time was a little bit challenging. I don't like that. But it was a little bit challenging, and we sorry, folks. I haven't done this in 3 days. It feels like forever. Wait, why is there no internet? Well, that would suck if we didn't have internet. What would we do then? Why is there no internet? Yeah, it's for everyone. Your computer is wrong, which prevents... Thinks it is November, which prevents Firefox from connecting securely. Really? Really? The time prevents you from connecting to the internet? Time and date. Can we just do it automatically? Unlock. configuration. Keep synchronized with internet servers. Please install the NTP support in the system to enable synchronization. All right, folks. So we're gonna need some support from the internet. I'll put it here so you don't hurt your eyes too much. All right, last piece of orange. All right, ChatGPT. I need to set up NTP support on my Linux instance to have the date and time automatically synced. I have to install Cronny, folks. All right. Time, date, CTL, NTP service inactive. Sudo system. I'm just typing what ChatGPT is telling, huh? CTL enable system D / time sync CD. No. System CTL. Wait. System CTL command not found? The fudge? System CTL sudo system. Oh, it's put system. Aïe. Oh my god, we're horrible with everything. Alright, so what time is it now? Enable system D sound, okay. And then what do I do? Time, date, no date, CTL, status. So NTP service is active, that's good. So why is this telling me that NTP support is not good? Why would I think it's Wednesday too? We were streaming on Tuesday and Thursday. Maybe we didn't care back then. We didn't notice even that there was an issue. Do I need to restart? Alright, I can install Cronny. If you need more presenter, okay. Cronny, sounds good. Sudo apt install. Well, let's do that. I send that update. Do. Yep, folks, we're learning how to work with Kali in general. All right, we'll upgrade them in another time. We want to run right now. Sudo apt install Cronny. Cool, removing system D time sync. Okay, fine. Cronny. Let's see. Cronny. Sudo. Let's see. Can we see Cronny status? No. Command cronny not found. Sudo systemctl enable. So folks, for those who joined us, we are having trouble connecting to the internet because our time and date is completely off. Hey, it's 6:11. That's right. Maybe it worked. Whatever. We're already doing cronny. Cronny is a bit better, so this way maybe we avoid cronny d.service. Yeah, really? Processing triggers for this. Warning, update not given, but var does not exist. We do not have instructions in its script. The thing is if we cannot connect to the internet, how is it going to sudo install cronny? So it's already there. Now is the internet back up? Yeah, the internet is back up. All right, cool, folks. So this is back up. Let's just make sure that this is good. Sudo apt install cronny. So this is running. And why can't we update this? Failed to enable unit. Unit cron d service does not exist. Cronny C tracking. Oopsies. Forgot the space. Cannot talk to daemon. Well, that's not a good thing. Sudo enable cronny. Okay, so we have cronny. All right. Cool. Anyway, it works. We can be happy about that for now. Cool, folks. Let's do this. So let's put this on the right, over here, just above my head, hopefully. There we go. Oh, my head's quite big today. We usually aren't this big on stream. There. This is a right amount of space, no? This is the space we need. So this, and now we have ChatGPT, but we also have over the wire, which is our bandits, our lovely bandits. There we go. All right, so let's clear this. We're gonna hack some things, guapos and guapas. Guapo in Spanish means handsome, and guapas means pretty. It's kind of nice how it's an intergender. You just call someone beautiful without caring about whether they're beautiful, handsome, or whatever. It's kind of nice about Spanish. All right, we did. I think we did this one before. Let's see our notes. Next week, we're going to do an upgrade here on the stream. We're going to add here the chat, the Twitch chat here. As you can tell, it's very busy, so it's going to be really nice. I'm just kidding. Yeah, of course. I don't mind if you're sitting there quietly. I actually don't know how many viewers I have at any point, so maybe I'm just talking to myself. It's very peaceful here. But maybe not. So yeah, I don't know, just fun. Cool. Cherry tree. All right, information gathering. Ooh, that's really nice. Bandit 26 user. Just a reminder, what did we do last week? Home directory location. Yeah, we had to know that we should have explored a little bit more Bandit 23 to show context and understand that something was running the more function, and so we had to make our window tiny so that we could trigger the more, and then after that we could inject from more to retrieve the password as user Bandit 26. So pretty wild stuff. We've gone a long way, folks. Wonder if when we did it, when we do it, I wonder if we shouldn't do a reminder a month from now, when we're gonna finish this. So wow, Bandit 26 to Bandit 27. Good job getting a shell. Wait, what? Did we get a shell? And what did it say that we have to hurry up? The shell for the user is not been blast with something else. Find out what it is and run how to break out of it. We're gonna have to do a shell. We didn't do a shell. I mean, we found the bash. That we did. But running a shell, I don't think we found one. So 26, 27. Maybe if we have password for 26, we should be able to do it. Alright, good job getting a shell. Now hurry and grab the password for Bandit 27. LS. That seemed too straightforward. You can't just LS a password. Alright, so let's see what happens here. Let's do what we usually do, which is SSH P over the wire, Bandit 26 key. We could, but we also have the password. P. Is it gonna work? Oh no. Maybe it's capital P. Alright, it says hurry up. LS. Oh yeah. Connection to bandits that over the lab. Okay, acquire closed. Yeah, classic. Classic. This is why it says hurry up. So I think we have to do an SQL injection there. No, not an SQL. A reverse shell injection. Right, so how do we do that? We definitely have some notes on that, because we have done it before. SQL injection. Okay, these are the passwords. Don't look at those if you want to do it. This is a command to have a reverse shell. How about we try to run something from before? How would this work? P? Yeah, it always seems to ask for the password. Alright, if you remember well, we had something for password as well. When creating scripts to execute, make them start with bin bash. Okay. We have SSH pass, no? Can I search SSH pass? I key bandit SSH pass. You see here? SSH pass, and we can use. No, you don't, because there's my huge face on it. Ay, ay, ay. There we go. All right, there we go. There's a password. Example, if you want to spawn a new shell, you can go into bin sh. It can be useful to execute as soon as you get into the machine. All right. I'm just thinking where we can put our stuff. Or reverse shell. I think we can maybe put it in the temp folder. TMP / Happy Penguins 3, I think we have to create. And then here we put our reverse shell. And then we connect. I don't know, that's my main idea right now. All right, Control C. So yeah, let's just run this. Control C. We can go into a new one. Shift V. SSH pass. Whoops. P is this. Are we no longer connecting to bandit 28? We're connecting to bandit 26, I think, right? So the thing is, the password here, what this is telling me, the fact that there's only an ls, if you look here, there's only ls, means that we should be able to just connect and the password will be on the home. So that's pretty clear. The password will be on home, on just the home thing. So we have to run a script that will just read home. It's not that hard, I think. All right, P is this SSH P220 to 2220, bandit 26, bin SH. Well, let's try to see what happens. Oh, wow, we got a bin. Whoops. Permission denied, please try again. Haha. Permissions denied. Interesting. So we can bin sh here. Can we mkdir? I wonder how we're gonna do it. We do have the password and we are logging in. So bin sh is not working. I think we have to do an SQL injection. No, not SQL. What? What is it called? A reverse shell. All right. Let's go to our notes again. Reverse shell. We have to listen on a port. This we can definitely do. And then where do we put this? Question mark PHP system get command is ls. Oh, command is create that file and then upload onto a directory. Check out MK50. Okay. So, folks, this has worked for us in the past. We're going to use this for, we have a reverse shell, reverseshells.com. Now we have to figure out the IP, right? What's our IP? Our IP is, yeah, just run this so we have it in memory. Okay, IPA. So we have an IP here. Loop back and I wonder if it's going to be able to communicate to us if we just put this. Because it has to go over the internet. Because 10 is a private IP. Is it going to be able to communicate with us? I don't know. I don't know if reverse shell is the way. Ten NC LV NP. Looks a little challenging. All right, so 10.02, 10.02.15. What's up, CyberDoctor? Wait, Cyber Nerd Dante. Hey, CyberDoctor. Hey, Agent 57. Oh my God, did we get raided? And there's two of you guys. Did we get rated, folks? Hi everyone, welcome. Nope, or just happened to come at the same time. Hello, welcome. We were just doubting our lives because we're doing Bandit 26 and we're wondering whether we should use a reverse shell. Great minds think alike at the same time, CyberDante. You know, I always called you CyberDante, but your full name is CyberNerdDante. I'm not sure how I just skipped that in my brain. Hey, Agent 57, good seeing you. Facts. That's right. Welcome to the stream. We are. Hope you like the lighting. Today's a bit different. I felt like the backlight didn't look too well, so. Oh yeah, I should have made it Cyber Nerd Dante. I was lazy and went with lowercase. No, all good. Do you like Cyber Dante? How do you like to be called? Just I can call you Cyber Nerd Dante. What are we up to? So today we are on Bandit. It's a really fun platform. We've had some of the best time here. It's just that it's become lately a little bit out of our league. So we have to connect to this Bandit 26. So let me show you what happens when we connect. You ready? You see it? Yes. So I type in the password and then the SSH and then it goes this, connects for a few seconds and then closes down. Permissions denied. And you can try to run, I tried to run commands really fast, it didn't work. So since it's over the wire here, you see that the command that you need to use is only ls. Then my take is that the password is right there on the home and you just have to type ls. Yeah, you both are very active folks, Agent and Cyber Nerd Dante. So yeah, you guys must know each other a little bit. Good Monday. Yes, good Monday, everyone. We're here. Yup. Oh, Cyber Agent, you said Monday. Are you based in the... You're one of the few people that's not based in the west of Europe, right? In the United States. For you, it's Monday morning? I'm in the UK. Wow. 5:28 and connected to the stream. Well done, Agent 57. Nice. Cool. Buddy, let's fucking go. That energy. Nice. Super cool to see. It's the only thing I get out of bed for. Aww. Nice. I'm still on Sunday and I want to stay here, lol. Sundays are the best. Sundays are the best. Sunday evenings can be a little bit too, because you're thinking about Monday for the next day of the week. But a cycle of life, right? Cool. But hey, folks, love the energy. Let's keep it up. Enjoy the day, but crush the week, and next Sunday will be even better again. Oh, nice. So inspirational. So cool. Should start a newsletter with things like that. I would subscribe, Agent 57. It's crushing motivation in your inbox every Sunday. Sure, there's many newsletters like this. I'm sure there's many newsletters like this. Now hurry up and grab the password for Bandit 27. Okay, Fudge, how do we do that? Can you just run ls? No? You can just maybe bin sh ls. No, this doesn't work. You can't just do that. Permissions denied. Please try again. Pretty sure we need to make a... Shall I make a hacker motivation TikTok and Insta? Yeah, totally. Yeah. Think so. You know this, there's this meme where, with the music, I'm not sure if you know. This would fit pretty well in this. Thanks, man. I will. And you too, Agent 53. I was working on a bunch of Nmap stuff today. Bandit is pretty cool. Your CyberDoctor. I always see another creator named the Shy Hat working on these. Yeah, the Shy Hat's amazing. On what? On Bandits. Shy Hat's amazing. I'm guessing, I'm assuming it's a gender based on his voice. He works like Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and he streams for like 5 hours, I think, or somewhere around that time. And it's pretty well. He finishes just half an hour before I start, usually at 5:30 a.m. for me. And he's really good, very advanced, nice stream, soothing voice. So yeah, he's really good. Hopefully we'll have his talent or somewhat reach his level one day. We'll have to see though what we want to specialize in as ethical hackers, right? There's so many disciplines where we could focus on. And right now what I think I enjoy most is running codes, running scripts. So so yeah, perhaps we're going to develop this into the future. Anyway, good job getting a shell. Hurry up and grab the password for Bandit 27. I don't know. How do we do that, folks? Do we just hurry up and get the password for Bandit 27? It's just LS. So I say we have to insert something somewhere. Okay, so let's check with ChatGPT, folks. I think we got the password and everything. Control-Shift-C. And Fixit42 used to do Bandit. Labs 2, she's awesome. 2. Well, yeah, I think everyone did Bandits. Another regular of my viewers, MC, is very much I think active on all. I'm not sure. I'm not saying he. They are very active around all platforms of cyber streams, and they said that they see streamers usually do Bandit all the time. Like everyone has gone through Bandits at some point in their career. MC, oh yeah, they're cool as fuck. Yeah, they're really cool. They told me to do, folks. I created this over the weekend to start to count down the stream and everything, and I did this because MC told me to do it on Friday. So MC's kind of telling us what to do. Yeah. Thanks. I'm glad you like it, Agent 57. All right, so folks, enough chit-chatting, not enough hacking. Let's get this done. So we are on Bandit 26 and we have the password. That's really good. And now we have to yeah, exactly, as a streamer, not just a hacker. Yeah, I think they were also the person telling me to get a virtual box and helping me configure it and stuff. So that's really nice. Cool. So Bandit, please try again. We have to run somehow a code that runs ls. So my first thought is that we have to create somehow a reverse shell. But something feels like we just need to ls into this box and read. So we have this to SSH with a password, and that's really good because it types in the password, but then it locks us out really fast. Permissions denied. Please try again. This one's a bit free. Okay, so let's ask ChatGPT to diagnose a bit what's going on. So We are trying to log in to a box. We have the password, and when we SSH into it, we are quickly logged out. Even before we do anything, we are returned with an error, permission denied, please try again. What do you think is going on? After that, we are immediately, is there an E? Immediately? Yeah, there's one. No? Logged out. There's two M's. Immediately. Oy, oy, oy. Good question. This is a classic simulation situation that can have a few layers. Let's walk through it. You said you're able to start an SSH session. You do have the correct password, so you can authenticate. Yet immediately you get permission denied, please try again, and then it closes. That pattern usually indicates SSH authentication is failing before the SSH even starts, or something in the process, PAM, shell, or account restrictions is forcibly terminating your sessions. Let's break down wrong authentication method or mismatched credentials. So folks, let's see if we type in the wrong password. That's pretty fair, no? Like, is it going to return the same thing? We'll just delete a character here. So maybe we do have the wrong password. See, because this wasn't the right password. Yeah, maybe it's the wrong password. Just quite simply. Do we not do it right? Users or shell account is broken. Sometimes to even display a message. For example, user shells an etc password points out something invalid, non-executable, bin false, no login. Or sbin no login. The shell binary is missing or permission incorrectly. A starter script like bash.rc, that bash rc or profile has fatal command like exit. GURP your user etc password. A bit frustrating. We can't get through. What do you do, folks? If it says something like bin false, sbin no login, that's the reason. Count as expired or restricted. Login script or bash rc exists. Exits. If your shell startup script bash profile, bash rc have an exit or failing command with set e. Wow, there's so many potential reasons, folks. So can you log in without the command at the end? What do you mean? Without the command at the end? The command at the end, you mean maybe you can just delete the password and then see if the password validates us. Oh shit, you already tried. Okay, so the password, it's probably not copied anymore. Password is probably incorrect. Permissions denied, please try again. Let's see, password, Bennett game, password apparently is this one. Oh shoot, I haven't corrected the password, folks, from Bandit 18. It's this one I've been typing the whole time. Ay, ay, ay. Cool. I think this one cuts us in, and then connection to wire. Oh my god, folks. Oh, we took the template from 18 and we didn't fix it since. Ay, ay, ay. So this, and then we could say connection closed. Okay. Okay. So maybe now we can run some fun stuff. Yeah, Agent 57. Oopsies. Alright, web stuff, bin bash. And then we can run something. This is reverse shell, but I think there's more things we can do. Scripting, connecting to stuff. Okay. Here we're doing bin sh. Can we do that? Bin sh. Back in, and now it's going to log us out. Feels too good to be true. Hello? Well, where the hell are we? Haha, one step closer. Heck yeah, nice. You folks are so positive. Really nice to see. All right, bin sh. All right, ls, who am I? It just kind of stuck there. Why is there no answer from the bin sh? Enjoy your say connection to bandit closed. Okay. For your convenience, we have installed a few tools. Okay, so not everything. To the most levels by a local firewall. Okay. In addition, the exec stacks can be used to flag the stack as executable on ELF binaries. Okay. Okay, just a bunch of that. Don't leave orphan processes running. Okay, so it's kind of not responding. Are we in a text kind of thing? I think we have to understand a bit more about the machine, about the user. So folks, since we have the password from before, I say we do a little bit of reconnaissance. I think last time we were lacking this a little bit. So information gathering. All right. All right, so I say we log into the previous level. SSH, we log into bandit 25 and then do a little bit of reconnaissance from there. I don't like how you can't do that. That's really frustrating. All right, let's see. SSH P20 bandit 25. And the password is password 25. Cool. All right. So here was the reconnaissance that we did on for 26. Scripting, move around stuff in Linux, web hacking, bandit game, what was it? Information gathering. Okay. Oh, shoot. Oh. All right, let's run this. Sorry, I don't think we took enough notes. Okay, so here we know that if we cat etc passwords grep bandit 26, we can see different things here. So we can see that bandit 26 has X, so that's the password stored in shadow files. We can see this is the UID, this is the GID, and the bandit level 26 is the UID info. And then home. And this is our home directory. And here, user bin show text is the command shell interpreter. So folks, the reason why we're doing this right now, seems a little bit random, is because the bandit 25, we needed some help. We had to look at the write-ups to understand it because it was something that we clearly didn't know what we had to do. So we can run it again just to see, because maybe we can start doing it from there as well, not necessarily from the password. So let's run it again, folks. Let's run it again, the previous password. User bin show text is the command shell interpreter. So let's run this. I'm not sure what this is going to happen. Show text. No such file or directory. Cannot open. No, show text won't work. CD. Not a directory. This is probably a directory. ls. Holy moly. Hey Fern. What's up? Is show text a binary or a script? You can check with file path or A. I don't know what show text is. I know that before it is a command shell interpreter. This is what we got from the bandit from last game. But holy moly, that's a lot of things. Show text is an S. S is before T. Is there one? SHOW. Show figures, show console, show text. Yes, there is show text. What does green mean? It's a binary. Can we just cat show text? Cat show text. Yeah, okay. That was really important. If you do file user bin show text, it will say it is a compiled executable, ELF or a shell script. So you see here, it's, yeah, exactly, you got it right. It's a shell script. So folks, we know from this that whenever we are triggered with something, it will open something with more text.txt and exit 0. So we know that whenever we're writing something will need more. They will execute more. And so we have to make our window tiny. But what was it that we have to execute again? Forgot. Let's see the instructions from this. Level bandit 2526. All right. Should be fairly easy. The user is not bin bash, but something else. Is it user bin? Find out what it is, how it works, and how to break out of it. I think it's user bin show text. Show text. Cannot no such file directory. So how do we execute that? Oh, can we just run it? Cannot open this. No such file directory. What the fudge? Ah, more. Cannot open. Ah, because, wait, no. Should open text.txt. So I assume the challenge is how can I log into Bandit 26 and actually get it to do something? So yeah, so this is actually where we already did it, Fern. So you came in. This one we already did last week, Friday, and took us forever, and we had to look at the write-ups. Now the thing is, the reason why we're looking back at this one is because Bandit 2627, which is our level, has almost no instructions. And whenever we log in to this new user, 26, we get locked out almost immediately. So the idea here was to do a little bit of reconnaissance on Bandit 25 to understand what's going on, but it's not really working out the way we think. And so now we're just reworking the things we did yesterday we did Friday with no real purpose. So maybe we should stop doing what we're doing and get back on track. That's a pretty good idea. Well, if you SSH into Bandit 26, it runs more text.txt, i.e. more. It runs more text.txt, more home Bandit 26. What is a home Bandit 26 text? What is in home Bandit 26? TXT, no clue. No clue, Fern. What is in home Bandit 26 /text.txt? Let's check it out. I mean, we won't be able to read it. But we can check it out from Bandit 25. The thing, you want to log in with Bandit 26 to see that? The thing about here is I'm pretty sure this is actually going to be the password because all we need to run is ls, right? So I think we're getting a little bit off track here. We can control C out of this, exit, and connect back to this. Look, this is what happens when we log in. It goes here, and then in a few seconds it's going to log us out. Or here it's kind of just crashed. But if we just do it without the password and type it in later, I think maybe Bandit is a little too advanced for us at the moment. Maybe we should shift back to hack the box. What do you think, folks? Is it time to cool down our senses a bit? Admit a small defeat and come back and defeat the monsters again? I think that could work. Connection to Bandit overlaps with closes. Immediately close. We don't really know what's going on. Oh, but Bandit has been so fun, folks. If you have the occasion, like the opportunity to do Bandit, so more is printing what? That's a good question. So when we're over here, more was printing text.txt. And so the thing, Fern, just to give you an idea of how we did the password, the previous level, because you seem to be interested by that, we then, I think, we triggered this more.txt, and we made our window tiny so we could then navigate outside of more function, outside of the more. I can't remember what we ran. And then we came into a nano script, and then within nano, we had to escape to have a bash shell. And we wrote here the information. Excuse me. We moved somewhere to get a bash shell, and then from the bash shell, we were able to cat for the password. That was the answer of Bandit 26. Now, Bandit 27 is another story because it logs us out immediately. And unlike the other times, we cannot just run bin bash immediately on startup. So, when your screen is big enough, it behaves exactly the same as cat. Well, yeah, the objective is probably to launch the more pager, and when your screen is big enough, it behaves exactly like cat, and when it's tiny, it launches the pager. You can break off exactly. That's what it was the previous level. And the previous level gave us the password. So that was really cool. So for Bandit 27, I think the fact that it shows only ls here is because all we have to do is type ls once we log into Bandit 26. It's just the connection is a challenge. Let's try browse with ChatGPT. Okay, we actually had the wrong password then. Now we have the right password and it immediately logs us out. By saying connection closed. Only 1 second after we entered. That symptoms helps narrow it down a lot. You successfully authenticate, no permission denied, but the SSH connection closes immediately after. It means SSH8. Okay, so when you SSH to Bandit 27, you get kicked out. Yeah, is it 27? Yeah, this is basically the problem of today. We log into Bandit 26, and we're trying to get to Bandit 27. Yeah, totally makes sense. I was wondering if we're tapping the wrong user, but yeah, no, this makes sense here. Over the wire. No, Bandit 26 is the one after Bandit 25, which was the more thing. So it makes sense you disconnect when you try to log in because your terminal is too big. Let's try it. Thank you. You're super right. Wow. That was a Bandit 26 shell. It was a show text binary. Oh my god. Fern for the win. Well done, Fern. Alright, so Bandit 26. Cool. So we're back where we've circled back to the same challenge. Right, exactly. Well done. Thank you, Fern. Cool. So we logged in. Now we need to do ls somehow. So it is in more. How do we figure out? Okay. Let's check out our notes for what we did. Temp. Bandit 26. Show text. All right. Bandit game, reverse shell list. Okay, no. Web hacking. Move around Linux. When you're in Vim, you can escape to a bash by using set shell. Try doing bish by the way. Yeah, see? I think this is basically what it's doing. You should go back to the same challenge. Try doing bin bash. Okay. I appreciate the help, Fern. Just make sure that you don't give away the answers directly so we get to all think about it together. So, get out of more. We gotta do, for some reason I can't type. Oops. Oh wait, why can't I type anything? We get more. I don't get semicolon. Bin. No regular expression. Skipping 4 lines. Do I need to make it smaller even? Yeah, space is basically killing it. Yeah, you think there's an exclamation mark? Yeah, okay, you're right. So I need to adjust this. Oh my god. How did I switch from a regular one to a retyper? My god, how did I do that? That's destroying everything. Do you know how to do... For context, more has a hotkey that basically helps you move up and down as you space down moves down. Yeah, exactly. Up and down as soon as you exit, the bottom it exits. Okay. Alright, question mark equal. Oopsies, does not equal to. Equals. Set shell equals bin / bash. This didn't give me a terminal. Alright, let's try what Fern said. This would be a good source. Okay. Alright, bin bash, by the way. Okay. Bash bin / bash. Don't work. God, what have I done here? Just trying out some things, folks. Okay, it's showing us more. Doesn't seem to work, huh? Yeah, but equals. Wow. If you really need to get into Vim and do cool stuff, you can be like, read the outputs of a command into the current buffer. R exclamation mark ls LA. That's for the nerds. But yeah, more does not equal less, does not equal Vim. Right? Equal does not equal less, does not equal Vim. Yeah, I see. So they all do the same, but they all have that command mode, some similar commands or shell. Okay. How can I run a shell or a what? A shell from a more command. All right, more or less, both less can be subtotal bin bash. Okay, so press exclamation mark, then time bin bash or bin sh. Why do you keep doing that? You ran types. You ran types out essentially. I think I'm stuck in this now. Oh Lord. Alright, because it's too big. Alright, just typing a password won't work. Alright, more 16%. That's what we like. Can make it bigger. Huh. Bin bash. It's always running the same thing. You keep doing this bin bash. Yeah, we're not supposed to do have the exclamation mark, right? I see you put a semicolon here. Bin bash semicolon. The thing is, I can't type a semicolon here. Only this. All right, let's just exit. Just exit and redo it. Yeah, okay, makes sense. Damn it. Okay, now we triggered more. Nice. Okay, cool. So let's type a semicolon. The thing is, the semicolon doesn't work. The exclamation mark immediately works. And then when I try to delete it, it just creates this. The accent and then this. So we're supposed to do, maybe if I put a space, it's going to behave differently. Bin So you think this is work? You think this is gonna work? Man, Fern, all dear viewers, I think it's time to pull out the white flag. Nothing to do with our French nationality. It's just that this is a bit too advanced at the moment. Launch it again and just run bin bat and say, okay, last try. If this doesn't work, we're just gonna open some hack the box and destroy some easy boxes, or some boxes, and then learn some other things and come back to bandits later and destroy it even harder. Just opened my terminal and got it. Really? Wait, so you connected to bandit 26 and you got it? Tuku. Alright, launch it again and just enter bin bash. Alright. The secret is to listen to Fern. Alright. Alright, so this, I'm just gonna ask for confirmation here, Fern. We run this, and it's gonna work. Or just type bin bash enter. This is gonna work. Because I don't think it is. We've tried it before. If it doesn't, maybe bin sh, because maybe it reads etc passwords and screws up. But otherwise, yeah. It don't work. It doesn't let us get out of here. All right, it's decided. The computer has spoken. We are officially out of our league. Time to admit defeat and come back stronger next time. Yeah. All right, folks. It is time to go back to our platform. The main where everything started. And get some crushing done. All right. Cool. Learn. Nice. Linux fundamentals. We did this. Let's do some boxes. All right, I clicked on the wrong thing if we want to do some boxes. Practice with the labs. Off to hack the box. Yeah, you can switch to more open file with Vim v. Yes. That's what the answer was actually. Switching to Vim. Exactly. And now we're off to hack the box, as you said. All right. Time machine. Which one was in progress? Which one did we not finish? Starting point tier 1, tier 2. I think we finished tier 1, huh? Took us forever. Sequel has been pawned. Crocodile has been pawned. Responder. 3 was pretty hard. We couldn't finish this one. What was the issue with 3? How many TCP ports are open? PHP. Right. Oh, I remember. If you folks cause yeah, Vim definitely has been exactly. You got it. We just needed to switch to Vim. We didn't think about it. Oh well. I think that was a sign, Fern, that we need to get some skills a little bit before. All right, so we have all these that we can't because we're not VIP. Too bad. So this one's pretty challenging. I say we try a new one. And we'll get back to this PhD one when we have a full 2 hours. For now, I think we can start another one. All right, so Crocodile was very easy. Tier 1, tier 2. We did 12% of that. Do we pawn a box yet? Oopsie. Shall we do oopsie? Why can't we spawn the machine? Connect using VPN. Offline. Okay, so worry not, folks. We have our connecting to stuff thing. Connected to VPN. If you want to connect to a VPN, type sudo openvpn area. Okay, there we go. Shift C, Control C. And here we can type Control Shift V. And then this magical character that we learned recently. Oh. I think this runs it in the background. All right, we can just do that. Open VPN. Cool, and I think we can move this to another. Minimize other windows, move. Okay, this all it does is undo the move. Oh no, what happened? Come back. You can detach from using disown, which was funny command in my opinion. Whoa, what? Yeah, the process in and processes the background, but it's still attached to that shell. I.e., the parent dies, it'll die too. You can actually detach it from the parent using disown. Whoa. Yeah, it is a really funny command. Disown. The child process has been disowned. How do I get back to my window here? Toggle menu, hide window, borders. Okay, maybe not. Don't do that. Oh, there we go. It's back. Cool. So we got this back. Maybe we can move to. I wanted to move to another workspace. 4. Now it's beyond another dimension. Does it say that we're connected? Yes, it does. Nice. So now we can do it. Cool. Is it cool to have our own VPN? I like that. All right. Connect to the pond box. All right, we're creating the instance. So what kind of machine are we facing here? Oopsie. To attack the market, you must be on the same network. Okay. What kind of tool can we intercept web traffic? We can do it with a proxy. Okay. What is the path to the directory in the web server that returns a login page? CDI login. I think we found this out with a what's it called? Okay, so we have the machine. That's good. Wow, even this feels hard now. What is this? Very easy? It's still very easy. Oh my god. Oh my god. Go Buster, Frogs Buster with the fields associated. Yeah, we've been using with we've been using Go Buster. We have it on our computer. So we want to connect to this machine. To oopsie. So it's a web server. Can we try to run it in here? Ooh, I remember this one, folks. Do you? Not sure if we'll have time in 40 minutes. Now we kind of reached a weird spot where we have 40 minutes left to stream because afterwards I have to get to work. And we have to decide how we move on with this because we have to remind ourselves a bit how this worked. So the way that we knew that there was something at the bottom. Look, you see here? Wow, it's really, really, really small. Okay, I can make it bigger. That's nice. Is that we realized here there is, a CDN CGI login script at JSON. Oh. So what do? We copied this CDI. And we did a reverse shell on this one. Shell.php. The toppers. Hack the box. Uploads. Oh, the toppers. No, not the toppers. What are you doing? What are you doing? No. Okay, so the page. Let's go. How do we do this? We go here. We can close this because we have already managed to do this. We go here. And so this is a CDI login page. All right, we'll just add this onto Kurde. /OV. Nice. Now we can log in. We can log in as guest. And folks, you're gonna see something pretty cool here. I might give it a go. You're doing oopsie? Yeah. Yeah, I'm doing oopsie. But we've already done most of it, I think. We just need to finish it. So, the way that you look, Fern, we're gonna do it together. And if you want, you can catch up, and then you can catch up, and if you want, you can catch up and just do it with us. So clients, if you look at clients here, we see that there's a client ID 2, client uploads. I'll be going Zoom. It's okay. So does that mean you'll be going fast? Fine, fine. Do it on your own. I'm fine with it. Brand ID 1, client ID 2, 1, John, account. I think it was on account actually. 2, 1. Here we go. We can get admin, edit our cookies. Haha. Debugger, no. Where cookies? Where are the cookies? Are cookies in memory? No. Are cookies in storage? Yeah, they are. Cookies are in storage, folks. And our value is no longer guest, it is admin. And the code is 34. All right, cool. Now we edited our cookies to be number 2. And would you look at that? We have access to the uploads. We can now put files in. Isn't it beautiful? All right, so now we're gonna have to do a reverse shell. Reverse shell the fuck out of this. And for reverse shell, we have luckily for us, we have a tab that's just for reverse shells. Folks, I don't know if you saw here in my notes, but it's transforming things whenever I type something. It is not just adding it, it is deleting and changing. And I'm gonna look with ChatGPT how to stop this mayhem that is making me lose my mind. Not really, but it's not pleasant. You made all these efforts to have good text and it just gets deleted. On my cherry tree notes, I did a bad command and it triggered the text selector to replace text instead of the default ads. How can I go back? Oh yes, that happens pretty easily. Cherry tree, when you accidentally toggle other way mode. Oh, you probably hit insert. Where's insert? Insert. There we go. All right, folks, it's hinter. It's insert. 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 There we go. Now you know. Cool Z's. Cool Z's. All right. So how to fix it? Enter. Okay, so nice. We have this. We're gonna use reverse shell. We're gonna use MK FIFO that we have here. Okay, this we can get rid of. This we can get rid of. This we cannot get rid of. This we cannot. This we can. All right, we're gonna do MK. Okay, this one. All right, so we have to create a file that says this, I think, and upload it onto our stuff. Onto our box. Okay. Control C. What's nice about Hack the Box versus, let's say, something like Bandits, maybe folks can tell me how you feel about it, is that it allows you to do whatever you want on the box because not many people are, you're the only one that's connected to this box. So you can do whatever you want, crash it, and then it will just respawn to its original state. And that's a little plus. That you can just do whatever you want on the machine, destroy it, and then it's just gonna get newly created for the next people. So you don't have to care too much. All right, so RM TMP 5. Okay, so copy. We just copied this. Now we put it into our file, our home file. We can make a file that says Kelly desktop. Where's our home? This is confusing me. So let's go here. LS. So we're in home. So let's just LS what we have. We have all this. So how about we touch? Or we nano. Nano. Hack.sh, was it? Now we put this. Right. So now we're running, we have a hack.sh, which we can upload. Now we have to set up our listener. So how about we do, the listener is this. Oopsies. Copy. And yeah, and then we do that in the background. So it's listening. That's really good. And now we can upload our mother fudger. Now we have to browse first. My file as SH has been uploaded, so that's really good. Now where is the uploads? Where does the file appear on the server? The file appear in uploads. So we have to go into the website /uploads. I bet I won't be able to see it, no? Yeah, uploads. And now here I can run the reverse command. I need to execute this. So I can just put in the file, no? Folks, how do we do this? Dot. For me, this is how it would work out. Dot. You put the dot here that because the dot slash makes you run something. And then you put in the hack.sh. It's not that easy. So uploads. What is a file that contains a password that is shared with a Robert user? Yeah, this is for when you're able to run the script. The thing is, I remember it was not that easy to run .hacksh. So there's probably a little bit more to it. Let's check out our notes. When creating a script to execute, make them start with bin bash. Okay, this is something else. Huh. To change host, sudo mousepad etc host. If you want to see your list of domain times passwords and go there, user shared word list checklist. If you want to connect to awesome stuff, this is this, okay. If you want to connect to a VPN, change host. Here we're looking for our notes on this. How are you doing with this box, Fern? So the reasoning why behind hacksh dot slash is because I want to execute hacksh. Oh, right. Because hacksh, it only remains on the server for a few seconds. I remember that. It only remains on the server for a few seconds so that you do not have the time to do it. You have to set up a reverse shell. Wow, we learned so much with this box. I remember now. Scripting. Okay, scripting is fun. Moving around Linux, set bash. You're done. Holy moly. Look at them go, Fern. Listen, okay, so... Okay, so PHP. So I think folks are... Can I change the type of something? Maybe. Can I rename? Can I change the file type too? Hack. Okay, so hack.php, I can. So this is hack.php right there, and we have to echo this, I think. Now it's hack.php. Control C. Echo php systems get cmd. Oh, wait, cmd, is that what we typed in there? No. So the thing is, we have two open here. tmp 50 temp f cat temp sh i2. I don't know if we have to run anything there. What? Here we type get php system. Because there's several things we have to do. We have to set up the listener. We have to run the script. We have to run this script in a shell. And then we have to type in the correct thing within the browser to trigger that. So how do we trigger that reverse? K5, that's cool. Show advanced. Yes. Shell sh encoding none. I'm curious, do you actually get what PHP job for web servers? Yeah, it does the backend. Goes and fetches out something. And brings it back to your user. Is there any more than that? Probably. I know what HTML does. I know what CSS does. I have a little bit of an idea of what JavaScript does. Now PHP, I think it's more for interacting with databases and stuff. Files and things like this. Is that wrong? Oof. Yeah, so when you browse uploads example.php, the web server parses that file, executes the PHP inside it, and then returns the result. So basically what you're saying here is that we have, if we want to do a reverse shell, and we have our listener set up, we want to create a PHP file that when parsed and execute launches our reverse shell. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We want to create a PHP file that when parsed and executes launches our reverse shell. Well, I think this is exactly what it's going to do, no? In your notes, you have system get Yeah. And transfer into shell at PHP. You could actually do. You could actually just system the command I want to run. Okay, so we have this here. Echo the command you want to run, rather than pulling out the command from the get parameter. So what would you do instead here? If you're saying you could actually do the system, the command I want to run, echo this PHP, get this into shell.php. So this is not shell.php anymore, it's hack.php. Get command. Yeah, instead of command, we could type. Now, what do we want to change instead of, rather than pull the command from the get parameter? PHP system. Get CMD. You could actually just run the system get. Well, if you want to, when you want to run one specific command, your shell, then you don't really need it to put in dynamically from the get parameter. Yeah, we only want this to run once and execute this file. So PHP system get CMD. Yeah, we don't need to get CMD or anything. System, can we just say run, or maybe this to run? Probably not, no. So basically echo PHP system. What does the question mark do? Does it mean that it's going to communicate with the PHP system here? Other people also fully fledged verse shells entirely written in PHP, or in case just upload GitHub Artium simple PHP web shell because I'm lazy. Okay, so you're putting PHP code in the URL. Why would the website render that? Because... Okay, so you're putting PHP code into the URL. Because uploads is where the stuff is. It's where the PHP code runs. And here we're triggering a PHP system, right? And now we're off-putting this result into hack.php. So the website is currently trying to find a file called echo blah blah. I mean, I really want to just do this. Honestly, I just really want to do this. Is it gonna work? No. Oh, because we didn't upload it. All right, let's do it again. Let's do it again. Where's our website? Oh, did we close it like idiots? Oh no. Did we? We may have. We may have, folks. Ay, ay, ay. Slash W. What was it? No, it was U. Oh, man. We have 20 minutes left. This. Okay, and then afterwards it was. The page was show answer. This. Clients. No, it was account. Then we do this. Change this to 1. is how you get your own PHP files with your own content into that directory. Okay. 1 sec, please. Let's just get back to where we were. Network performance, debugger, inspector, memory. I think it's memory, no? No. Network, debugger, console, inspector. No. Storage. Yes. Admin. 34322. Cool. Now we go there. We go uploads. We browse. We put. Oh no, not our notes. Wait, it's not a hack. Oh man, what the fudge did I type? XC. Hackzish. The fuck. All right. XC, right? I typed. We put in. I think so. XH. Man. Yeah, let's try to re-upload it. Maybe it just stays less than that. Upload. That's where it doesn't find it. PHP. And do we get anything in our... It's still listening, but it doesn't return anything. That's why you're getting 404. Yeah. The upload functionality is how you get your own PHP files with your own content into that directory. Yeah, fully get that, Fern. The part about the upload. So we got the upload part, and now we have to go quickly run this thing. 404 is weird. You should definitely getting any hit if something uploading successfully. Yeah, like the error is not right. Should be something else. You're always not found. Is it really the right? Yeah, it's not us, Fern. It's the Hack the Box platform. It's completely broken. And it should never, ever, ever be our fault. Okay. Oh, look, they fixed the Hack the Box platform. It was not us messing up the IP address. You're really a doctor? No, I'm not a doctor. I did a little bit of bio. I was quite good at biology. I actually specialized in biology in school. But no, not a real doctor. It's more for the funds. It looks like the website has some sort of auto cleanup of the directory. It looks like the website has some sort of auto cleanup of the directory. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's what's happening. So what happens here? I mean, we just run this, but it doesn't run it. It just displays it. So that's pretty good. It displays it. I mean, it's there. And then how do you... Also, you're definitely getting closer, but my question is your file exit. Does it contain valid PHP code? It contains this, which I think is valid PHP code. Or is it not? It looks more like... RM. It removes temp f make directory FIFO. It cats tmp fsh. It cats temporary f and then sh I, and then takes this and NCs it to us. You can still call bash commands in PHP using system this. Okay, so we want to do system. Instead of this, we want to do system. Probably not, no. using system and then the command. This. Could add some clarifications from the one and only ChatGPT. Not as good as Fern, of course. Just is able to type a lot faster responses. So, okay, we have this. How can I make my website run this hacks h.php code? We can pass the data into PHP script using get params, etc., but we need to have a PHP script that is looking for that. Isn't this the one that will communicate with our computer on port 902? Oh, maybe this is not our address actually. What is our address? IPA. This is our address, so it's not exactly right. Oh no, it's this one. 1611. So our thing is already off. We can pass data into the PHP script using get params, etc., but we need to have a PHP script that is looking for that. I.e. an example. Tiny PHP script that executes a command would look like this. PHP file system. Okay. All right. Maybe we can already do that to try see how it's working. So PHP system. Let's try it. Why not? Why would it not work? Replying to Fur, we are never going to be able to make malicious notifications to behavior of the PHP script to the URL. It's frustrating that you read my chat mention it bottom up sometimes. Oopsies. We are never going to be making modifications to the behavior of the PHP script and the URL. We are never going to be making modifications to the behavior of the PHP script and the URL. So it means the URL cannot run PHP by itself. We can pass data into the PHP script using params, etc., but we need to have a PHP script that's looking for that. We can pass data into the PHP script. Using get params, etc., but we need to have a PHP script that's looking for that. Yeah, okay. So, right, we can do things, it's just PHP has to look for them first. There has to be a PHP file on there to spy on our behalf. And all we can do here is execute this PHP file. Right? Obviously, you'd have to modify that to make it work for your command. I see. This is why the reverse shell is the best idea, because then if you execute that, then you can do whatever you want afterwards, once it's set up. Now it's looking for a file called PHP file system, which never exists, right? I.e. the web server is not looking for the URL to find PHP code to execute. It's looking for a file to read. It reads that file, interprets it as PHP, and ends it in PHP, and renders it in the user. Well, clearly it didn't do that here. Oh, maybe we can do that, okay. Ooh, let's... Are you saying that if we re-upload it... If we re-upload it and then rerun that previous command, it's going to work? It doesn't contain any valid PHP, you're saying? Huh. So it just prints out the contents of the file, exactly. Ah, I see. Okay. So, got it. So the file is trash. All right, let's edit the file then. And you're saying that's not PHP code. I have no idea what PHP code says. Does. Reverse shell. Do you have a one that you suggest we use? A reverse shell from here? Man, it's tough. Oi, oi, oi. You can take a look at this so you can just get a tiny bit of context. PHP manual, my first, okay. Oi. All right. It's doing this because, yeah, okay. Well, we'll have a look. Let's have a look now. And the rest we'll have to do tomorrow, eh? All right, folks. Work needs me. I need to get that sweet cash to pay for rent and the internet bill, the electricity bill that we can, and the food that allows us to stream every day. Net manual. Ian, we love English. Function. Dot system dot php. All right, this is where we're going to end the stream on, folks. We're going to understand a bit more about this, and tomorrow we will pick right up where we left off and destroy, absolutely destroy this box. There will be no mercy. All right, so why would we want to use system? System is what basically execute an external program and display the output. Okay. So folks, I think we're really getting to the essence of reverse shell. Like, what does it actually do? Because we have an idea, but like, how does it manifest to PHP and stuff? Okay. So PHP, kind of, I want to understand what is PHP, just in general. Because Fern had a good question earlier, which is, do you understand what PHP does? And we kind of do, but not really. PHP. Well, it's just ask ChatGPT. This way we can ask. This is what I like very much about ChatGPT is that you can also afterwards ask some correcting questions, some follow-up questions. So I kind of like this lighting, eh, guys? Just saying. I think it looks pretty good. Now it's a bit more daylight, but okay. So ask anything. What is PHP? For hypertext processor, is a server-side scripting language designed primarily for web development, but it can be used for general purpose and programming language. What it does, PHP runs a web server and generates dynamic web pages by processing scripts before sending HTML to user's browser. A user's browser, how it works. When a user visits a PHP page, e.g. index.php, the server executes the PHP code, such as fetching from a database, and sends the resulting HTML to the client. Common uses: building dynamic websites and web apps, handling form data, managing sessions and cookies, interacting with databases like MySQL, powering content management systems, CMS, like WordPress, Drupal, or Joomla. Okay. So name equals CyberDoctor. Hello, name. Welcome to PHP. Okay. And the brackets here is actually how PHP starts, right? So if you want to start PHP, you do this. Kind of like how you say in HTML, you say type HTML or HTML exclamation mark. How does it work? Yeah, so each PHP each code has a little bit its own way of running. What PHP fun key fact: PHP is open source, widely supported, and integrates easily with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Tell me more about how it interacts with HTML, JS, and CSS, or how it compares to like Python or JavaScript. Kind of, yeah, it's pretty nice. Excellent. This is a core concept for understanding how modern web applications work. Let's break down how a PHP, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript work together. So PHP and HTML work hand in hand. PHP runs the server, and HTML is what the browser receives. How it works: you can embed PHP inside HTML to dynamically generate content. When the server processes a PHP file, it executes all PHP code first, replaces it with the resulting output, usually HTML, and sends the final HTML to the browser. When the server processes a PHP file, it executes all PHP code first. Okay, so PHP is the first one. It replaces it with the original output, with the resulting output, usually HTML, and sends the final HTML to the browser. Okay, it's doctop HTML to declare HTML. Oh. This browser never sees PHP code and only receives HTML. Hello, 1. Aha. Kind of get it? What do you think, folks? Do you get it too? How it works? It's just basically a fill-in variables. Do you have Discord at all? I do have Discord. You want to chat? Yeah, I know that some streamers have Discord. I'm not sure how that would be useful. What would you like to use Discord for? Java PHP plus JavaScript, server versus client. Yeah, it'd be a lot faster for some things to just chat about it. Just thinking. Where timing matters. Key difference. Yeah, I mean, I can probably give you way more context, explain a bit better if you'd like, of course. Do you want to give me your, I don't know, do you want to give me your Discord handle? Or how do you want this to work? You want to send me an email with your Discord handle? I don't want to share my Discord handle just yet. I'll DM you. How do you know where you'll DM me? Just give me your. I can give you my email. Send me a quick email, and then I'll Twitch chat, connecting to chat. Nice. How just chugging in chat? Yeah. Is it not personal? No, not really, right? I'm just gonna dox myself. Discord, no. Hide quick. Don't want you all to see all my servers I'm on. There's some naughty ones in there. No! You saw everything. I'm around in a bunch of communities. Okay. Tweak line. Alright, I'll do it now. All right. Maybe you can set up one of Discord server one of these days. Be nice. I don't know what we call it. Your CyberDoctor channel. I mean, it's pretty good. I like that we added your to CyberDoctor. Just makes it more fun. I have the CyberDoctor profile photo on Discord. It was more for trolls, but now it makes sense. All right. How to message someone? Direct message. Add friend. Teal kind. Kine. All right. I sent you a friend request. Oh, Furnos. Hello. Ooh, there. We're gonna join the chat. Hey, Fern. Oh, TRC connecting. Voice detail. TRC. Hello. Oh, hold on. Maybe it's connected to my AirPods. Fern? Oh, still don't hear you. 1 second. Folks, I hope you'll be able to hear Fern as well. Maybe you already are. Default speakers. Fern?
Hello?
Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay, let me just check.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. 1 second. Let me just make sure that the viewers can also hear us. Is that okay if they hear us? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Hello. You're the very first person to ever join the stream on Discord. Really cool.
They can hear us.
Yeah, they can.
Yeah, all good. Yeah, just made sure. So back in the day,
yeah,
everyone was writing C.
Mm-hmm.
And you had this kind of issue that they wanted to solve, which was they were writing websites.
Mm-hmm.
And they were essentially in C code in the program being like, hey, if this returned this bunch of HTML, if this returned this bunch of HTML.
Mm-hmm.
And you can imagine that would get really annoying really quick.
Yeah.
So PHP is kind of like one of the first templating engines on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
So originally it would map to like more to a lot of modern template engines in its original intention, but very quickly people stopped using it as a template engine and started using it entirely as its own like way of handling. So instead of your PHP being interacted with from a C app, it's just PHP.
Okay.
So all of the code for the entire application exists in the PHP code.
Wow.
So the general idea is that when you're using your website, right? Like you go to, index.html and that will show you a web page. The idea is that when you go to a page that ends in PHP, the web server itself goes, hey, I can tell this is a PHP page. It then calls the PHP engine that you've installed on your computer and says, hey, here is this page. You need to go execute this and do all of the stuff that you need to execute it. And then once you have your result, give that back to me, and then I'll push it out to the user and render it.
Mm-hmm.
So when we're writing a rev shell, the first rev shell you wrote would be a fantastic shell script, right? Because when you give that to Bash, Bash looks at that and says, yep, inside here is all Bash commands. I'll just execute this thing and pipe it, and we're done.
Yeah.
Whereas PHP, you're giving it just a piece of text, right? It has no context that that's a shell command or that that's a system command or that that's something it needs to execute. In the same way that like if you just wrote in a bunch of A's 26 times in there, it would be like, oh, that's just a bunch of A's to show the user. If you wrote in a P tag, it would be like, that's a paragraph to show the user.
This is
your stuff there is just being interpreted as pure text.
Yeah, this is why I returned the thing that we had in the hack that PHP, it just returned the text because it didn't understand that it was code to be run.
So then we kind of asked, it's like, okay, if we have this rev shell, which is essentially a bash command, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then we need to essentially make a PHP script that can call or run or execute a bash command.
Yeah.
So usually most programming languages will have some feature in them, whether it's like Python has like OS, so you can do like os.system.
Mm-hmm.
PHP has system. They'll have these inbuilt mechanisms that let you call system commands.
Got it.
So we're basically writing a PHP script that uses that function to call a system command, and then we're putting the command we want to execute, which is our rev shell, into that function. And then when that page gets rendered by the website, it will see that, it'll execute it, pop your shell.
Yeah, exactly. It will run the system. It's kind of like
Yeah.
what we try to do with move. We're trying to. If we were in Vim, we could have done the escape to get bin bash. So it's kind of a similar thing, but on another language.
Yeah. So in PHP, because they were sort of keeping closer to how sort of the rest of the web looks with HTML and stuff, the idea is that to tell the PHP engine that this is no longer text and this is PHP script to be run and executed, you have like a special PHP tag,
Mm-hmm.
which is that like, left angle question mark PHP. And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
to get it to actually start executing PHP code, you have to have that somewhere in your document to basically say, hey, the stuff in between this opening and closing tag, that's PHP code.
Yeah. And so
yeah,
the
which
fact that our file does
can
not
see.
have that is kind of it's kind of flagging it, right?
Yeah, it never starts trying to interpret it as PHP.
Yeah.
So the first thing we need to do would be to add that to like the top of our file to basically say, hey, the stuff from this point onwards is PHP.
Yeah.
And then we have to write valid PHP code. So if we just put what you've got there at the moment, PHP is going to be like, RM isn't a valid syntax. That doesn't make any sense. I don't know what to do. So we need to basically put that rev shell. You can put it in a string, like in a variable, and then run system on that variable, or you can just run system and put it in the double quotes. I think if you go to PHP CMD on rev shell generator instead of the big fancy ones, or like CMD small, you'll probably see what we've been talking about.
Yeah, I have it here.
They'll get more and more simple.
Yeah.
The idea is that the way that most of these shells work is that they just sit there on the website and they'll let you do multiple commands. So they'll take in like a get parameter, like get CMD. So then in the URL, you can go like, hey, $CMD equals ID. And that's like, hey, you've done a get parameter, the get parameter CMD, what's the value that's ID? I'll pass ID to the system function, and then system will execute ID, and then that will print out the result. But all I'm saying is that if you just want to run your rev shell, rather than taking in a get parameter and putting that into system, you can just say system, open bracket, like double quotes, and then put your rev shell in there.
Yeah.
Rather than like, pulling it from the URL. Basically, PHP developers have gone too far because people now write templating engines in PHP for PHP.
Yeah.
So like the entire original intention of PHP was to be a templating engine. So you can see where it starts to fall apart. But
because it's like very vulnerable, or
it's not very vulnerable. So I'd say the biggest problems with PHP is it's really easy to gunfoot a foot gun. So over time, they've introduced more secure by default things that are nice, but some of this stuff just used to behave super weird. So for example, a common one that you'll probably see at some point, foot gun is like you shoot yourself in the foot really easy.
Yeah. Okay.
So for example, there's this include function in PHP, which is the entire intention of that is you can include, a file, and then like we'll interpret that and then put it on the page. In early PHP, people would like include, rather than having 20 files, they'd be like, oh, if a user goes here, include this file, and then like, use their user ID or some form of user input in that. And at one point, you could just put null bytes in the URL, and it would just end the string. So if you had this nice include that was like include $user.php, you could just be like, yeah, dot dot slash dot dot slash dot dot slash Etsy password null byte to terminate the string, and it would just see that and it would just ignore the .php part, which was stupid.
Well, yeah.
Just big oversights. And then there are a lot of just like PHP, like any language, like you can write secure PHP. It's very easy in some of the ones. Like there's the concept of type juggling.
Mm-hmm.
So when you compare two types, sometimes it gives you really, really weird things. So my favorite example of this is, say I was writing like a login page,
Mm-hmm.
and I wanted to use string compare, right? Stir comp. And I was comparing your user input string or your user, the parameter from the URL that you provide, say $user, and I was comparing that to my string, right?
Mm-hmm.
Normally, it would return less than 0, greater than 0, or 0 if they're equal.
Yeah. The types, yeah.
Yeah, so it would return 0 if they're equal, right? So if I would say, okay, if this is not equal to 0, then I know that it's different, right? So what you can do, for example, is in your parameter, you can add square brackets to it in the URL, and you can make it an array. And so what will happen is it will do string comparison, your string with an array, which returns null. And null equals 0 when it's converted to an int. It's like, why?
Yeah.
Why would you do this?
No. Okay. Yeah. Oh, so you can leverage it to run commands then afterwards.
So the idea is like if I had a login page that was like verifying user password and I did it this insecure way, then I could just be like, yeah, my username's correct and my password is like an array, and it would just compare it and be like, yeah, this is actually equal, even though I don't know the password, and it would pass the logic.
Oh wow, that's smart. I mean, it's smart to figure it out and smart to leverage this. But yeah, I get how the design is poorly done.
Yeah, it's just little tiny things that will really, really hurt if you run into them.
Yeah. That's the thing about cyber. It's just like the really small things can cascade into something much bigger if you can run in the right place, right?
Yeah. And there's just been a lot of stuff. I think my favorite CTF challenge that I've seen in any recent times, I can put the source code in chat.
Yeah, sure.
So the entire challenge is a PHP page that does this.
Yeah.
So it opens the file in the post parameter. Doesn't return it to the user, doesn't print anything out, doesn't do anything weird with that file. And you can, through some really tricky stuff, you can get this code to leak any file on the server.
Wow.
Which, like, you look at it, it's like it's opening a file, right? How do you even? It's just opening a file. So one of the things is, PHP in the URL, it supports filters, so you can do stuff like this, which makes no sense, right? Like, why would you have these filters that you can just put in a URL? Anyone can do anywhere, right?
Yeah.
And so what you can do is you can get it to open the file and run filters on it. And you can make it so that if the file contains certain things at certain places, the application will run out of memory and it will throw an error.
Oh, yeah.
And then you can use that error oracle to figure out the contents of the file.
That's so deep. Listen, Fern.
Yes.
Thank you so much for these explanations. I have to get to work. It was lovely having you on the chat and supporting me today.
Yeah, all good. But
hopefully, we'll get to do a bit more.
You just got to write some valid PHP.
Yeah.
And run your shell command, and you'll be all good.
Cool. We'll do this tomorrow then. Thanks a ton, Fern.
Yeah, easy.
See you later. All right, folks, we're going to end it here. Awesome that we had some explanations. Hope it made sense for you. It definitely helped me make sense of what PHP is for and everything. We'll be back tomorrow Back tomorrow in less than 22 hours, 6 a.m. my time. That is 0 o'clock in New York. And yeah, a little. And I can't forget. India, I think, has 3 hours and a half of difference. I don't know. 3 p.m. for you. Wait, oh, you're Australian. Oh, I was trying to get where your accent's from. For me, that sounded more English. But yeah. Okay, maybe Australian makes more sense now. Osgo brr. Nice. Cool. Thanks, Fern. Thanks, everyone, for coming on the chat. Agent 57. We had CyberDoctor. We also had a new person. We also had you, beautiful viewer, joining in. So beautiful having you. Get to work. Have a lovely day. Have a lovely night. And I'll see you tomorrow. Let me check if there's anyone on InfoSec streams that we can hack, can destroy. No, there's just us streaming in English. We're also streaming on YouTube. We have to get that done sometime. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow, folks. One of these X commands I like to run is external by... Okay, no, that was a while ago. Thank you so much. See you all, folks. Ciao, ciao.